There are some school routines that will ensure that we are able to keep children away from each other. For one, no sports day, which is a pity because school is all about relationships. But for now, under these unusual circumstances, let's just do the things that we need to do. So like assembly, no assembly, so that we don't all come into one place and so. So again, those things would maintain, some of the school protocols would maintain the protocols. And then it was a very difficult decision to take, very difficult. It has given us all sleepless nights. I don't think I've slept in days, just at times shuddering and saying, oh my God, please help us. But what we found is that the most vulnerable children are really going through a terrible time when they are asked to stay at home. Did you notice that while we were coming, there were children all over the streets? They were not staying at home. They were going to market, they were hawking, they were going to play with friends, they were up and about. And then for many of them, they are working children. So they just like house helps, mechanic, bus conductor, and so on. So they were further exposed. This is a safer environment for the most vulnerable children.
And Channels TV correspondent Ini John Mekwa joins us now for more on what she observed as schools resume today. Hello, Ini.
Hello, Ladi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I wouldn't lie, letting my kids go to school today was quite difficult. But I just had to. They've been home for too long.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not alone in that category, because even in the schools that I visited, the classes were not full. And in some cases, not because the teachers or the school management are enforcing social distancing, but because some parents actually did not allow their children to go back to school. So I spoke to some of the teachers and they said, oh, they haven't heard from those parents and they are not sure if the children, even though today is just the first day, but some children have actually not been in school because I guess some parents are still not so comfortable, you know, allowing their children to go and mingle, you know, with other children. And although fine at the gates, the teachers entering into classrooms, we notice that there's the enforcement of wearing face masks. But I mean, these are children we're talking about, because I also saw some of them on the roads heading to school, and it's not much of social distancing or face mask. It's more of hugging, or have you been, you know.
Because I can imagine how hard it is, you know, making children actually wear their mask and also social distance from their friends.
Exactly, that they haven't seen since December. I mean, they've spent Christmas and New Year at home and they have not been able to communicate with their friends, and now they're seeing them. So the teachers and school management have a huge task to do.
What about safety of teachers?
Well, that's another thing that at this time, it seems the children are the ones that are being given attention. The teachers are not fine. They have their face masks and stuff like that. But we don't see much of changes in the staff the staff offices, or have they relocated them or reduced the people in the staff offices. We don't see much of that. We don't hear much about that. We just see the teachers trying to enforce safety for the children. So I guess it would be a good time to say, oh, please also remember that the teachers have to stay safe for the children also.
But why do you think they're not encouraging online learning at this point? Because, you know, that would really help, you know, to reduce contact at this critical time.
Well, one thing that the Lagos state government is doing that I also observed is the fact that schools are not, it's not full. So there's alternate school days for classes and for different pupils. So you don't crowd everybody. But I mean, we've talked about in different platforms, we've talked about the issue of having online learning, radio learning, and well, we do know the stories that come with, you know, all of that, the need for data, the need for infrastructure,
it takes a lot for online learning.
I mean, ASU has come to say they are not even ready. I mean, if the older ones, you know, are not ready, then how do we talk about the younger ones?
Anyway, I guess we'll continue to get more updates as it comes.
Of course.
Thank you, Ini John Mekwa. Thank you.
I'm going to charge you for that.
Thank you.
All right, well done, laddie.